Hello, everyone. Good morning. Today we're talking about why are more people becoming celibate? Well, first of all, as we know, times have changed. Before the digital era, people used to know everyone in their communities. For instance, you know your next door neighbor, you'd know all the kids growing up in your area. You probably went to the same schools. There was a sense of community. Everybody knew everyone else. You knew them, you knew their family, you knew their background. So if you were dating someone, you were dating the whole family. But as we know, times have changed. And now we have a lot of online dating. There's also a lot of community. So instead, people are meeting strangers online. People probably not even know their next door neighbor, not to talk about knowing the next door neighbor and their whole family. Your neighbor could be lying dead there for 2 years, as we know, and you wouldn't even know about it because even if you're living in the same building, sometimes people don't even talk. There's just that loss of sense, loss of community. There's no community anymore. So, in short, you're left to dating strangers you don't even know. And that's the first thing that has changed, why people are becoming more celibate, because they're meeting strangers they don't know. They really don't feel confident enough that they know enough about this person. So they'd rather just be celibate, to be safer than to be sorry. The second reason why more of us are becoming celibate, and I say more of us, yes, me included, is because women really, and maybe men, don't really need a man or woman. A lot of people can do everything for themselves, except, of course, procreation and other stuff. But a lot of people prefer to live alone. And in the case of women really nowadays, a lot of women, because they're self-sufficient, in the olden days, in times past, they couldn't work or anything, couldn't even vote. So, of course, they were at the mercy of their husbands or partners who were the breadwinners for the family. But now, of course, women have become so independent, are making their own money. And if they're going to be with someone, it has to be someone then who they really love, or someone who they really appreciate or meets their core values. If not, what's the point? They can do everything else for themselves. So, in short, women nowadays don't really need a man. They might just want one. So they can, have companionship, but they don't need a man. So if they choose a man to be their companion, then they just want him to be there. He could do things for them. I'm not saying he shouldn't do anything for them. Yes, all those things still stay. A man, of course, should provide, protect, and, be manly. In the sense of today's world. When I say manly, I'm not saying, just be masculine, never cry. Men do have emotions. Let's not forget. I'm just saying, re-emphasizing the point. Women don't really need a man. They might just want one. There's a difference. And at the same time, men also, I'll address you straight away. I've seen a lot of podcasts with men themselves saying they need to work on themselves. And this is just because a lot of them have this old school mentality. And that's not to say the modern man. I'm saying those stuck in that old school mentality whereby they believe a woman should just be in the home, not work, not make her own money. Those are old time, outdated values. And if you don't evolve with the times, then I'm afraid no woman is going to want to be with you because those views are outdated. You have to evolve. And this is what I mean by working on yourselves. You have to be more flexible. Also, the reason why a lot of people have decided to become celibate is because women sometimes, they give up looking. And then men also might be celibate. There are a lot of men that are celibate. Men give up trying. A woman can do without men for a long time and not miss it, if you know what I mean by it, not miss it. And whereas men maybe need it. So men, if you need it, then you need to know and learn how to treat women differently. If you want something different, then you got to do something different. Yeah? Speak her love language. Otherwise, she will lose interest, and that's just it. Women nowadays want to be loved how they want to be loved. They want you to treat them in their own way, their own love language. If you're not speaking their language, then you're not going to have a good relationship. Let's be honest. I'm being honest with you. Also, I hear people saying, oh, but I've been tested. You know, when people want to have intimacy, the man will say to the woman, I've been tested, provide a certificate. I mean, that's not enough. And that's why a lot of people are deciding, oh, I'm not going to do without, because you say you've been tested, and that's not enough for me. Unless we're tested together, which is not going to be possible every single time before we're intimate, then I'd rather not have it. All I would say to you guys and everyone out there, men and women, is if you do have intimacy, whether you're tested or not tested, please use protection. Unless you're in a, of course, long-term relationship, a marriage. That's different, of course. If you're not celibate, in short, please protect yourselves from STDs. I've said this before, all right? And I'm going to end on the note that despite what people feel or say or think, there are a lot more celibate men and women out there who have decided they're going to be celibate until they meet that partner who meets their core values or meet each other's expectations. Why limit yourself? Why have to go down that road of dating someone who you know is not good enough for you? I mean, why waste your time? Just stay single. I mean, you know, the happiest people are single women who have probably been through disastrous relationships and married men. Married men because, yes, if they're old school, the wife does everything for them. Or married men that love their wives equally as themselves and have a happy marriage. So yeah, they're happy. And the women in those instances will be happy. But that's not always the case. A lot of the time, the married men are happier than the women. Let's face facts. And so a woman that's been through trauma or a toxic relationship, rather be single because she can do everything for herself. You know, and that's why they say the happiest people are single women who have been through stuff and married men. Either way, you know. So in the words of Miley Cyrus, I believe her when she says, I can love me better, baby. It's true. Then you can. You know, because you're not going to love me the way I want to be loved, or someone's not going to love you the way you want to be loved. What's the point? Stay celibate. You know, stay celibate. I mean, there are other ways to keep yourself occupied. And if you get the urge, well, that's what those toys are for. Or if we're going as far as to talk about artificial intelligence, well, you know, robots, rubber dolls, do what you gotta do. It's better than getting out there with the wrong person and getting infected. Yeah? And I'm not being dismal. If you find the right person, right for each other, go ahead. But all I'm saying to you is, sorry, that just popped up from one of my Korean people that I'm doing therapy with. If it's popped on your camera, I'm so sorry. Popped up on the video, I apologize. But anyhow, what I was saying is, and I say that a lot anyhow, I know, the happiest people are single women and married men. So go figure. All right, that's all I got for you today. And I'm sorry if this video might not be, is a bit rough, but I tried my best to dress up nice, do my hair nice for you guys. A message again, you can see that's my, one of the people and let me just get that off because otherwise, just ignore that number, okay? I do therapies, as you know. That's one of my clients, and yeah. So I've got to go and then give someone therapy now, okay? If you need therapy, my email address, or direct message me, all right? Thanks. Bye.